Everything that we do as a company, whether it's for factories, insulation, scaffolding, anything else, we always have a technical approach. We always like to provide a value-added solution for our clients. The first thing that we did for this project was to engineer a design that would fit with what they needed to accomplish in the restoration project and provide a safe access solution for the ship.
They're craftsmen, and their craft is to restore the USS Constitution. We're scaffold builders, and that's what we did. We set out to build a scaffolding for the U.S. Navy to reach every inch of that ship.
From the keel to the top rail, and then all the way from the bow to the stern where the captain's quarters are.
The overall scaffold was 230 feet long, 65 feet wide, and 45 feet tall. Not a tall scaffold, but a very long scaffold.
We use system scaffold, and that allows us to be very adaptable to a variety of different shapes.
We can modify it, change it, keep everybody safe, keep the integrity of the scaffold with the system scaffold that we chose.
We have multiple stair towers around the scaffold to make it easier for the guys to get onto the scaffold and make it less labor intensive.
We used about 250,000 pounds of scaffold, which is ridiculous.
Steel products, wood products. There was quite a bit of work there.
All installed by hand.
The Navy had 2 cranes. It cut down on the manpower we needed, and it allowed us to bring all the inventory that we needed down into the dry dock and put it in place.
The system scaffolding that we use comes from Pennsylvania. It's by a company called Universal. It's only fitting that you're doing a job for the U.S. Navy with American-made scaffold. So a lot of the scaffold you find nowadays comes from overseas, and it's nice to have us, a nice local manufacturer out of Pennsylvania that supports us.
One of the big challenges was the shape of the ship. The ship is different shapes, it's different angles.
The contour of the ship itself and the hull, the way the dimensions worked, there was no straight lines, everything was curved.
There were usually 2 or 3 different curves that we had to deal with at a time, and you really had to wait till you got to the spot to figure out what you were going to do there. Everything was adjusted as we went.
Every bay that we built was different.
You look at trying to scaffold a 200-year-old boat, it's got all kinds of things you didn't plan on. How they shored it up in the dry dock with the big wooden beams, we had to adapt to what the Navy needed.
The guys in the field, it's something they're accustomed to, and they're able to make changes as they needed to. We're used to odd-shaped structures.
We get into areas where it's very difficult, in very tight areas, in very intricate areas to scaffold. Our scaffold builders are very experienced, kind of navigating special shapes.
If you're a competent scaffold person, you can make design changes on the fly. We're very, very good at doing that. Of building very strong, very secure scaffolds for a variety of applications.
This was something that was unique and different, and we were the perfect contractor for this job. I think the enormity of the project is beyond the 250,000 pounds of staging that we put in the dry dock. I think it really goes to the sensitivity of the project and how that we were building around a structure that was a couple hundred years old. It was a piece of history that I was able to get involved in and be a part of. That's a pretty unique thing.
Of all the work we've ever done, that's got to be number one, because it's the U.S. Constitution.
It was such an honor just to be part of this restoration project. It was unbelievable just to kind of go down and just be underneath the ship and kind of feel that history up close and all, just to think about what that ship has gone through in the last 200 years.
It was really a team effort for Zampell to make this a successful project for us. I mean, that's really the Zampell way of doing business.
I think we have the best people in the business. This is very complicated, difficult, dangerous work that we do very, very well, very, very safely. Something that we're all very, very proud of.
I'm proud of my people every single day, but no more or less for this project, but just, it's just a great thing for them and us. This is a very unique opportunity for our company to go out and do something that it's captivated by thousands of people all the time.
The whole entire job has been a lot of exposure. Everybody in the scaffold industry in this area knew we were doing it.
We do a lot of complicated jobs every day, and they don't get this kind of recognition just because it's not the USS Constitution. So it's a nice thing for our employees, it's a nice thing for our people to have a project like this.
We've got nothing but compliments from the construction team that's on site, from the management from the U.S. Navy.
We've been recognized as an Eagle Award winner for ABC Massachusetts. We're going to be on the cover of Scaffolding magazine.
We're going to have an article in there.
So there's a lot of great attention for this project.
This job represents Zampell and how we approach our business every day. We focus on safety, craftsmanship. We take care of our employees, and we are proud to work here and get a job done that was really unique and special.
Our company was founded on craftsmanship, and the U.S. Constitution was built upon craftsmanship. Next year, we're going to celebrate 50 years in business. We couldn't have planned that if we tried to have that kind of project under our belt to celebrate 50 years.